This is Eric Posable with Body Morph Pros. I'm here with NPC Super Heavyweight competitor Kevin Cree on Christmas Eve. What's going on, buddy?
Not much. Just here at Quads for a chest workout.
We drug Kevin out of bed on Christmas Eve, come down here in the city in weird weather, 40 and rainy today, but did a little chest workout. So, Kev, you're looking huge. What are you weighing right now?
Currently, I'm 280 right now.
This is the biggest you've ever been, but in this conditioning.
Yeah, this is the biggest I've ever been, not feeling like I'm going to pass out.
Yeah, because you look healthy. I mean, you got some. We were working out today. Got some striations in the muscles. You can see that there's division still. It's not like you look like a pillow or anything.
Like last year.
Yeah, but you know, being that you're only 24 years old and you're 280 pounds, that's not normal. You don't see a lot of guys your size walking around. I mean, some guys won't hit your size ever in their entire lifetime. You're at 24 and you're already at 280. So it's a testament to say whatever you're doing is working, and growing over the years, you progressed every year. So I think ultimately the goal is being achieved so far, would you say?
Yeah, I just want to make steady gains over like the next few years. I don't want to do it all at once. I want to try to keep my physique like more aesthetically pleasing. I don't want to just be like a ball of muscle. Not so much for that look.
Well, and for your size, you've got pretty good shape. You still got a small waist. It's not like you've blown out your waist or anything. You don't have the refrigerator status. You're wide across the top. You've got the flare in the legs. So the shape is still there. So last year you did a couple shows. We did Junior Nationals. We did North Americans. Not placing where you wanted to place. Obviously, everybody wants to win or be in that top 5 spot. Talk to us a little bit about, I guess let's start with North Americans since that was your last one. But talk to us a little bit about the prep for that and how that went, what your thoughts were coming out of that show.
I thought it went pretty well. I was a little heavier on stage than I wanted to be. I think if I had been on stage a day prior, I was a lot drier. So I think I somewhere screwed up within that 24 hours of getting on stage the next morning. I was holding more water than I should have. But other than that, that's really mainly what I want to fix, and then bring up my weak points, which are mainly I want my back wideness to be better, my chest, and I want to bring up my arms.
Now, did you get any feedback from the judges, or did you just kind of look at the pictures and can decide for yourself?
Basically, most of the feedback was that I should just keep going because I'm too young right now. So
yeah, you still have that. You know, you've only been competing for a couple of years. I think you started when you were 19, and you've been only competing at the national level for a couple of years. You still do have that baby look, and you've got the thicker skin still, which comes in time. It'll thin out. You're not going to get the paper thin skin until you've done a few shows. But again, being 24 and being at that level is pretty crazy. And I know I watch your Instagram feed, I watch your Facebook feed. You get some haters on there. The only thing they ever pick on is the fact that you just look older than you're 24.
Yeah, apparently I look like I'm 40. So
I've known you a handful of years, and you had like gray hair in high school, didn't you?
Yeah, I had gray hair when I was like 17, 18.
Yeah, so always looked a little older than normal. But yeah, you know, people are going to hate on you when you're doing things that they themselves can't do. I mean, I know guys that work their whole life to try to get out of the middleweight and light heavyweight division. So again, that's pretty awesome. So we're in the off season now. Obviously, we're going to try to bring up some of these body parts. Talk to us a little bit about what the nutrition looks like and the training looks like. As obviously being 280 pounds, it's not like you're going to be in here for these marathon workouts. You're going to run out of gas, I assume.
Yeah. Right now, I just started lifting heavier. I was going more for a pump in my workouts, ending with just going till failure to that muscle. Recently, I just switched to lifting heavier for each muscle. I'm probably going to do that for about 2 or 3 more weeks, and then I'll go back to pumping the muscles.
So let's talk about heavy, because everyone's got a relative idea of what heavy is. Because we watched this workout today. Not that you went light, but the reps were all, I don't know that we went much under 10 reps on any exercise. Did you ever go lower than that, or do you always stick in that range?
Normally, Even for heavy, I normally do 10 to 15 reps. For like a pump, it's normally the same, or I go up to like 20, or I'll start counting once it starts hurting.
Okay. Yeah, because like I said, I saw, we did the hammer strength that we started with, for instance, today. There were 4 plates on there. We did the lying chest press at the end, which was 3 plates, and you're stacking out all the pec decks and everything. So I mean, it's heavy weight, but you're still getting a shit ton of reps out of it.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm trying to do. Once it starts to fail, then that's it.
So let's talk a little bit about how many days are you getting in the gym to do weights these days?
I normally try to take 1 day a week off. It normally doesn't happen. I end up coming every day, usually now.
You just get OCD at the house, like I gotta get to the gym?
Yeah, I need to find something to do, so I end up being here, and that's pretty much the highlight of my day. And then afterwards, it's just meals every 2 hours.
So let's talk about your nutrition, because I think in the past, when I've known you, your biggest thing in the offseason was trying to get all the calories in, because you require a ton of calories. I know some diets you've had 6,000 and 7,000 calories, and I know everyone's going to listen to that, and they're going to be like, no fucking way he's eating 6,000 calories, but I've watched you eat, and it's to get the amount of calories in, you're eating fast food on top of 6 or 7 clean meals a day. Are you still following that similar regimen?
Yeah, so like right now, like my first meal is I'll do a 1.5 cups to 2 cups of oatmeal with 16 ounces of egg whites, which is like 50 grams of protein. The next meal will be a shake that's close to 1,000 calories. It's got like 125 grams of carbs. Then my post-workout shake is 180 grams of carbs with 60 grams of protein. Then after that, I have fast food for my 4th meal. Then the meal after that, I'll do an hour and a half later. I'll have another meal that's fast food. Normally it'll be Wendy's, any type of burger, Portillo's. I'll do pizza sometimes once or twice a week. And if I don't feel like making food, I'll normally eat fast food again, so a 3rd time. But I usually get in 6 to 7 meals right now.
Yeah, I think it's a testament to A that you're still young. Because if I did that, I'd look like a pillow. But the fact that you're still young and being able to do that, I think is great. Are you doing any cardio to offset any of that, or are you just pretty much just letting the calories seep in?
I was doing some cardio, but my weight was actually going down while I was eating that way, so I cut it all out.
Yeah, people listening to this are not going to be happy because they're probably dying trying to lose weight, and here you are eating fast food, and they're going to be pretty jealous about that. So let's talk a little bit about goals for the year. I know you're trying to bulk up, add a few lbs to the old stage weight, but do you have a show in mind, or you're going to kind of see how things play out?
The show that I have in mind that I'm doing 100% is the Nationals in Miami in November, but between now and then, I'm not too positive on what I'm going to try to do. I may try to do a show or two. Just depends how I look, like off-season wise. If I can jump into one, I will. If not, then I'm going to keep on track for Nationals.
That show's usually, in November, and you usually get a couple before that, maybe jump in as a warm-up, you're saying?
Yeah, it's pretty far away. I don't know if I want to wait that long. I'll probably go crazy. So. Yeah,
because you've been competing, and you've done quite a bunch of shows every year, so I know you don't let a lot of moss grow under your feet. So let's talk a little bit about. I know you've had kind of a busy year. You competed a couple times. You picked up some sponsors. So let's talk about you're working with Rule 1 Proteins, right? Now they're kind of new to the market.
Yeah, Rule 1 Proteins is a newer company. They started less than a year ago, I want to say. They were at all the expos this past year, but they're the original founders of Optimum Nutrition and American Bodybuilding are the ones that made Rule 1 Proteins. And then they also own Rivalus, which is a bigger company out of Canada that they brought here. So I started working with them about 2 or 3 months ago, and they've helped me a lot since.
Because I see them at all the expos, and they're sampling the products, and they're getting the name out, but they really haven't started kind of full force selling yet. That's kind of coming this upcoming month, right?
Yeah, their full force like launch of the company is starting January 1st. So that's when you'll start seeing them in magazines like a lot more.
I saw them at the Olympia. I saw them at the Arnold. I saw them at a lot of the local shows. Nationals, they were there. I saw them at USA's. So they're kind of getting their name out there. So it's cool that with the people that owned Optimum, obviously they know how to make protein and they know what they're doing. So it's kind of cool that they're branching out. Now, my understanding is with this product, they're trying to make a cleaner, more effective product for the consumer. Is that kind of what they're going for?
Their product is basically probably right now it's the cleanest one on the market. All of their products are. They actually get it approved by the FDA as well, which I don't know many companies that will do that.
I don't know many companies that have the balls to let the FDA dig through their plant.
No, and like even their protein, like it's straight protein. There's nothing else in it. Right now it's the fastest digesting one. It's the purest one. There's no gums. There's no extracts. And then they make a weight gainer, which comes with 75 grams of carbs and 50 grams of protein, which is basically perfect for after you work out. And then they have a mass gainer, which is 200 grams of carbs with 50 grams of protein, which is just a meal replacement to put on size.
And obviously you're taking it, so how do you feel on the products compared to some of the other products you've taken?
This in comparison, I've used stuff that would like weigh me down and make me feel sluggish for like an hour and a half. This stuff, after about 10 or 20 minutes, like I feel fine. Not necessarily hungry, I don't feel sick anymore.
You don't feel like your stomach is sticking 18 inches out?
I don't feel like I just drank cement.
Like you probably do after your Wendy's meal?
Yeah.
So let's talk about today's workout a little bit. When you come into the gym, do you have a plan of like I want to hit these 5 exercises? Or do you kind of go, let me see how I feel, and that's what I'm going to do today?
Basically, when I wake up, like I really don't talk much. All that's going on is I'm just thinking what I'm going to do, like when I get here, and I'll pick things and change it around depending on how the muscle feels and what I want to try to hit. Like I don't have a necessarily plan like of what to do. It's more of how the muscle feels and what I feel I need to work on.
Now, I noticed, so we did chest today. I noticed that we didn't do any traditional heavy flat benching or heavy barbell incline, anything like that. Are those things that you ever incorporate, or do you try to stay away from them?
I try to avoid them. I'll do them every once in a while, like to make sure I still have the strength. That hasn't gone down at all. Like I did flat bench probably like 6 months ago. I tried it probably 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I was able to bench more than I could before. So I don't really see a reason to do those. It's too much like risk of injury, and that's what I mainly want to avoid.
Especially at your size, I mean, the range of motion gets tough. I'm sure you're finding it at 280 or things that maybe you used to be able to do, like putting on shirts and things like that, a little bit more difficult. But obviously, when you're in here and you're flat benching and things, trying to avoid the injury at your age is high on the priority list then?
Yeah, that's also why I like to move around like to the gyms that I go to, because of the different machines. Like quads in general, they have a lot of different like range of motion machines, ones that hit different angles. That's why I like to come here from time to time, depending on the muscle that I'm trying to hit. So for the muscles that I'm trying to like grow more, I'll usually come here for those. Otherwise, I normally go to Export or LA.
So let's talk a little bit about the workout today. We did, looks like, what did we do, 6 exercises today?
We did 5 exercises.
I lost count. We've been here for a while. So we did the hammer press to start with, and then we went to the incline dumbbells. We went to, gosh, what all did we do today? We did a decline fly. on the cables, right? We came back up. We did the flat hammer, and we did that incline machine in the corner, and then the flies to end. So yeah, we did 6 exercises today.
Yeah.
So what do you normally aim for when you're working out? Do you just kind of keep going until you feel fatigued, or are you like, I did 4 sets and I did 4 exercises and I'm done no matter what?
For chest or back, I'll always do 5 or 6 exercises, 4 sets each, depending on if I'm lifting heavy or not. If I'm lifting heavy, it will always be 4 sets. If I'm not, if I'm going for a pump, then it will be a lot quicker, and I'll always end with doing 7 sets of 15 second rests in between.
I was gonna say, I know that you, on lagging body parts, you've done kind of the FST7 type of mentality.
Yeah.
Are you a big drop set guy, or compound sets, or anything like that? Or are you just kind of a straight, I do 1 exercise, I do sets, and that's it?
No, I normally, when I'm doing the set, I normally keep going until it burns out mostly. I'll drop the weight, keep going, but I don't normally keep track of it. I just go until I can't anymore, really.
So how long do you think it'll be before the weight starts to wear on you and you're going to want to start dieting?
I don't know.
Because walking around 280 is tough, man.
I mean, last year at 270 it was hard to walk upstairs. This year it's not nowhere near as bad.
So holidays are on the corner. Obviously, you're going to try to pick out a little bit, right? What's on the menu for this week? I know your mom's a great cook. I've had dinner at her house before.
I mean, I don't know how much more I can pick out than what I already have.
It would actually seem like clean food because you're eating at home, right? Well, before we cut you out of here, let's give some thanks out. I know there's some people who will help you in the corner. Anyone you want to give a shout out to?
I'd like to thank Rule 1 Proteins for sponsoring me, along with Elite 1 Fit Gear. They were a big help this year. And Quads for letting us do the shoot here at this gym.
And then we came with your girlfriend. How she's got to be pretty patient and understanding to deal with a meathead like you.
Yeah, it works that I'm the only one that competes. It's a lot better that way.
Yeah, I know in the past when you date women that compete, it's a lot harder because
technically it normally doesn't work out.
Yeah, my wife and I were lucky. She stuck with me even though she competed. So
pretty much you have to be selfish to do the sport.
Yeah, it's a very demanding sport. But Kev, thanks for coming on Christmas Eve. I know you had better things to do than come to the gym and bang weights at 10 o'clock in the morning. But you're looking huge, man. We can't wait to see what you do in the next few months, competing and hopefully down at Nationals. But until then, we will say thanks to Kevin Cree, NPC Super Heavyweight Competitor. This has been Eric Posaple with Body Morph Pros. We'll see you guys later. Thanks, Kev.
Thanks.